Fellow Biafrans, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you wherever you are this moment listening to my voice. Depends on your time zone. Good morning from here, good afternoon, good evening. And I want this opportunity to be very, very momentous to each and every one of us because we are doing what we say we are going to do and we are saying what we will do. As it stands this very moment, I want to tell you that there is a serious matter on ground in southeast part of Nigeria. And this very problem you see that is going on now is the manifestation of Fulani invaders and the fulfillment of Nigeria Islamic State for Fulanization and Islamization of Biafra land. And for this reason, I'm taking this very opportunity to tell those who are listening to me that it is not going to start in any other way if it is not through this way. And you can see that the recent happening is not only Fulanese. You will see that some Hausas joined Fulanese in vandalism in Imo State. As the vandalization is going on, you did not see any Nigeria military intervention or police intervention or DSS intervention because they colluded, they work in synergy, they work together with Igbo politicians and Tinubu. And I'm here to announce to you, it's a good news as long as I'm concerned, that this period is the time to end the saga. It is the time to end the relationship and the conversation between Nigeria and Biafrans. And let me tell you people, secondly, that there is no any other group of people or indigenous people from another country or from another part of Nigeria that will come and fight for Biafrans or that will come and stand for Biafrans. The only people who will fight for Biafrans are Biafrans and Biafran soldiers. So you may not believe what I'm saying, but all what I'm telling you is nothing but a pure truth. Everybody is watching, the international community is watching what is happening in Biafra land, and they are looking at the movements of Biafran youths. Let me not get ahead of myself because of what I'm seeing and what I'm observing, and I have envisaged that many Igbo youths are bound to back down and join P2B and Igbo politicians who have mesmerized them and give them criminal names. Which I tell you that if it were to be in a country, Nigeria is not a country. If it were to be in another country that know what they're doing, by now, Charles Soludo will be in the mortuary or he will be in the grave to have tagged the whole Igbo people, Igbo race, Igbo nation, thieves and criminals, terrorists, armed robbers, kidnappers, rapists, and etc. Name it, whatever that is not good. Charles Soludo have put it on the head of Igbos. But I want to say now, wherever you are listening to me, it is not the time to spare anybody that doesn't want Igbo land to be peaceful. It's not the time to accommodate those who causes mayhem in Igbo land in Southeast. It is the time to jab them out. It is the time to make sure that by all means that they leave Biafra land. Some people I know, my message doesn't go down well with them, but what I'm telling you is nothing but the truth. We are out to do the needful, and the needful must be done. Because all those who cause mayhem in Imo State, or Owerri precisely, and all, I'm assuring you that we shall get them one after the other, and they shall eat the bread of affliction and drink the water, bitter water. So, however you look at it, it's an inevitable retribution, and they are doing this constantly because they didn't see the practical relevance of Igbo politicians in Nigeria, even in their own ancestral land. They are incapacitated, and at the same time, they are suffering from dementia. I want to say, as you are listening to me, it may be bitter, but however it is, the truth is one, and the truth must be bitter because majority of people today in the world, they don't need the truth. They don't want to hear the truth because it will stop them from moving in the wrong direction they have chosen to move. So the truth there is this: Fulani, anything that has to do with the northern part of Nigeria is a terrorist and must leave the land of Biafra. Some of you from onset started interrupting me by why should Fulanese leave Biafra land. That is not all the Fulanese are evil. It's not all the Fulanese are bad. It's not all the Fulanese are terrorists. Please, for your information, I know that some of you who are talking this are in-laws, father-in-laws, mother-in-laws of Fulanese, and they are busy producing terrorists in Igbo land. Just know it, that as you keep them, even as their parents will go, that is obvious. Their children will continue because terrorism is in their gene. It's a hereditary thing to them. They inherited it from their parents. So, but it's quite unfortunate and very shameful that an Igbo man give her daughter hand to a Fulani man for marriage. It's very, very unfortunate for an Igbo man to marry a Fulani woman and mix the blood together to produce terrorists, criminals, and the rest of them. So, fellow Biafrans, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are listening to me this very moment, I want to tell you that we are complete. We don't need any other person for us to move. We are not waiting for anybody to complete us. God has given us all what it takes. Then it left for us to apply it and utilize it judiciously for the positive result that is expected of Biafran security forces. And I want to stand from here before I wrap up to let you know that Biafran security forces are not backfiring, and they are not saboteurs, they are not terrorists, they are not criminals, but they are freedom fighters who have voluntarily come out to defend their fatherland with whatever it will take. Whether anybody agree or not, somebody must stand for others to pass. Somebody must make a way for others to be happy. And I believe there are people that move things. And these are the people that God has kindly brought into Biafra agitation and the Biafra warfare this very latter end. And I want to tell you that nothing absolutely will stop Biafra movement. And at the same time, you should understand we are on top of the matter, irrespective of how sophisticated they are, being supported and surrendered by Tinubu and Nigeria military terrorists. So we always defeat them in the battle. We always conquer them. But the problem we are having is that our own people, Igbos, Biafrans, refuse to give out useful information to us when necessary so that we will comb the insecurity and send the useless ones where they are supposed to be. Then that is why it's like Fulanese and Nigeria military terrorists are pulling weight. I didn't see what they have. We don't have better than them. And if it becomes for physical strength and what I'm telling you, you will not see any of them. We will use hand like we break firewood or stick. We will use hand and break them. And at the same time, I want to assure whoever that is listening to me, if you want to fight for this very battle, you don't have to look at anybody's face. And you must be very careful because we have a lot of saboteurs and betrayers in the land of Biafra, especially in Southeast. And this, I can attest to it, to name them for you. Bianca Ono is one of the terrorists we have in Biafra land, one of the saboteurs. Charles Soludo, count them, Dave Omahi, Okezi Bazu, the governor of Ebonyi State, Nwivru, Peter Mba from Enugu State. When you are able to pinch these people, then you can be able to stand there and name others because we know what is happening and what is going on. What they are fighting is for personal, glory, not for Biafrans to be saved, not for Igbos to be saved, not to stop the killings going on in Igbo land. They are looking for their pocket. They want to make a generational name so that their name will continue and their children and their children's children will continue eating the wealth they have amassed criminally. So what I'm saying this very moment is that we are out for justice. We are out to do the needful. I don't have much to tell you more than this, but when you talk of military or soldiers, I can tell you, beating my chest to assure you that I have more than enough military forces that can cover everywhere in Nigeria. But since it has not gotten to that because they don't want us to fight the battle in a war form,